Now we're on. All right. Good evening. So good morning, get to everyone out there. Welcome to R and J's review of True Detective Season 2, Episode 3, Maybe Tomorrow. Let me introduce myself. I am Rob. I'm R, and my co-host over here is
Jay, Joe.
Joe. Yeah. So R and J reviews is very,
Right, right.
it's very
Pretty
clever.
self-explanatory.
Well, it works.
Yeah.
It works for us. And for anyone new to our discussions here, our reviews are really more so reactions and discussions of episodes that we just have to talk to each other, and hopefully fans of the show can interact with us as well. We really like to talk about TV. TV's our goal. TV's our thing to talk about.
Absolutely.
All right, and tonight we didn't review the pilot or the season premiere and the second episode, but we watched both of them, and we decided to talk about season 2, episode 3 of True Detective tonight. So, Joe, what did you think of it?
It was okay. I'm still not sold on. I didn't see season 1, so when I
Right,
think
but
of
we
the
don't
show,
need to see season 1 though. I think we're okay.
yeah. I know. But when I think of the show, I just think season 2. So I'm
Right.
not sold on the show yet, and that's primarily because of the season. But so far, the episodes haven't sold me.
I mean, I like the first episode of this season for sure. That was good. It's just like with the new introductions of all the new characters, but they were new to us because it's like watching a brand new show. I like Vince Vaughn, whose character's name is Frank, and I like Colin Farrell, whose character's name is Ray. For all the fans out there that know that, I like those two characters the most, and I think they're the more interesting of our main 4 characters right now.
I agree.
With Taylor Kish's story going on, I'm not feeling it with his character Paul. I mean, I know Paul clearly has some postpartum issues with himself,
Right.
but I'm not really buying into it. But I like his interactions with Ray, Colin Farrell. Joe and I have a thing where we inadvertently will say the actor's name or the character's name, so we're trying our best to keep. I'm trying my best to at least say the actor and then the character, or vice versa. So we know what we're talking about, because we just know the actors more than anything else. Like I said, I like his interactions with Ray, and he bumped into Vince Vaughn or Frank at the club tonight, which that was
Right.
the only interaction as far as I know of or that I remember.
Yeah, and that was intriguing. I would say definitely Ray feels like, and I think they're kind of painting him this way.
Yeah.
I would say the main one, if we had to pick a main star, I guess it would be Ray, right?
I would give it to Ray, and then I would put it to Vince Vaughn as being, or Frank as being the second one.
Right.
Because, I mean, he seems to be involved with everyone else, but no one else seems to be involved with each other, if that makes sense. I mean, like, he's involved with Rachel McAdams' character, Ventura. He's involved with, Taylor Kish's character, Paul. I guess Taylor Kish and Rachel McAdams are involved together too, but I feel like Ray just has he knows all of them, but they don't all know each other. Is what I was
Okay. All right. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Like, he seems to be the string or the glue that's binding them together in some weird way. Though I don't really think they've all interacted with Vince Vaughn yet, or Frank.
Yeah. Frank is the most intriguing character, I would say, right now. I mean, that whenever he's on the screen, and I'm not the biggest Vince Vaughn fan. As an actor, I felt like a lot of his movies. Family Guy made the joke that a lot of it is the same.
But, yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I like Vince Vaughn as a person,
right?
From his interviews and stuff, and I like him here because he pulled away from the comedy that he normally does.
Right, I think he's very intriguing here. I enjoy watching him a lot on this.
Yeah, no, he's really good.
Surprise for me, yeah. He always kind of commands the screen. I think whenever he's on the screen, he commands it, and
like that last scene that he did. That last scene where that was intense.
Yeah, like you're referring to the fight scene, right?
Yeah, where he pulls out the pliers.
Right. Yeah, that was great, and I'm looking forward to seeing more kind of action. Not action, but in that sense, Vince Vaughn really just kind of showing why, like very similar to Wilson Fisk in Daredevil season 1. He was one that was kind of like in this position of power amongst all these people, very similar to Vince Vaughn, but he could really fight. He could assert his dominance, and we got that out of Vince Vaughn here. And I'm looking forward to seeing more in that way.
Yeah, I definitely want to see more of him. I mean, he's definitely the most interesting character next to Ray over here, and like just he seems to have a lot of demons going on with him, like in the beginning with him and his wife, and then even the end with him and his wife. And speaking of the beginning, I really like the opening credits to the show, like that first scene where Ray is in like a sort of like a limbo-ish place after he got shot in episode 2.
Yeah.
I really like that. Like that kind of took me for a ride, and I thought he was gonna wake up in the hospital or something. I didn't think he was gonna wake up right away.
Yeah, I agree. I thought so too. Very very good though. Yeah, the song was very very much from what we've seen so far. It fit. You know, it fit the tone they're going with this, and you know that tone kept up this week. It's still, for my taste, so serious all the time.
Yeah, it's super serious. It's very serious, no matter how you splice it.
Yeah, there's not a moment of break, and I don't know. You know, it's just going to take some getting used to for me, I guess, because I haven't seen too many shows similar to that in terms of that style. So it's definitely something to have to get used to, especially with HBO, where there's not really commercials. So
yeah, when I was watching it, I kept thinking, oh wait, this is HBO. There is no commercials. Like I have to pause it or something. It's weird. I don't like commercials, but I guess we're so used to them that you expect them. Like Joe and I, we review TV shows all the time, especially in the fall and the spring. And like this wasn't interesting because it's like, wait, there's no break at all.
Yeah.
But the characters are very serious for sure. There's no humor in this show, which is good and bad. I like it.
I've still laughed every episode. I mean, the first episode with Colin Farrell with his kid.
Oh,
that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I didn't laugh at that. I don't think that was made for.
Well, not necessarily the. I'm not referring to the actual just interaction with him and his kid, but when he went to that guy's house.
Yes, that was crazy. That was crazy for sure.
That is what made me laugh in that sense. But then in this one, Vince Vaughn's interaction with his wife, like I feel like
even those were good.
There are some things that aren't meant to be funny, but for some reason I still laugh at it. I don't know, because it is a very serious show, but yeah, I've still managed to find some kind of humor.
No, I mean, they're able to put humor into it for sure. I wouldn't even call it dry. Like it's not supposed to make you laugh, but
it's not like meant for humor. It's just, I guess, for me, how I take it. I don't know.
No, I get what you mean. Like it's sort of like real world people problems that can make you laugh in a way.
Right.
I don't know if it's like real world, but I think you know what I mean.
Right, I do.
And yeah, I mean, Rachel McAdams' story in this episode of our 4, I thought that was like the more boring aspect of it until like that very ending part of it where the car goes on fire and her and Ray go after the pyromaniac.
Yeah.
Like I remember in the pilot, for example, or the first episode, like her sister's a porn star. I thought that was interesting, but I wasn't. Her storyline wasn't too intriguing for me.
So,
overall.
Quick question here. This might be something I missed. She said that that's him. Was she talking about the person from the first episode that? Because at the very end they see that there was a crime, right? There was a dead body or something.
Yeah.
That's what kind of
dead body was tying them all together.
Right. So is she saying that's him in terms of that's who did it? That's the guy, in everything here, like kind of the one from the first episode who committed that crime, or was she just saying that's him, like that's someone who lit a car on fire? Because I took it as
I
more.
think. I mean, I interpret as that's the guy that set her car on fire, but maybe you're right, and it's the guy that also killed the man in the first episode too.
Yeah, because that seems too like obvious. He was sitting right next to the car. Of course he did it. Like he had a mask on.
And he has a white mask on too.
Yeah, like I mean, she's what, a detective? I mean, it doesn't take a detective to realize that, right?
No, that's true.
I took it as more than that though. I wasn't sure if that was just me because she said that's him. And I'm like, duh. Like, so I thought she meant like that's him who did the other one, and he's trying to stop them by lighting their, or not stop them, but slow them down by lighting their car on fire. That's how I had taken it.
No, I agree. I agree with you with that. And the promo, it looked pretty cool, which I also reviewed for anyone out there that's watching it. I will be reviewing all the promos for as many shows as I can, and so if you and with the full promo in it too, so you guys can all discuss it because that her chase with Ray was touched upon in the promo, and she also has a really intensive line in the promo as well, which I think will be reflective of that. So I think overall, episode was okay. I think it was building up for a better episode, but I still
right. It's still in the early stages. I feel like it's still trying to set a ground, really, for what's to come.
Yeah, I mean, I think we got the idea that Vince Vaughn is a badass for sure, though.
Right.
Yeah. This is when Vince Vaughn is really good. Yeah. So I mean, it's a building episode for sure, and I'm looking forward to episode 4.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So thank you all for checking out our little vidcast of True Detective episode 3 of season 2. Maybe tomorrow, and Joe and I will be back. Well, Thursday for Hannibal, if anyone's a fan of Hannibal, if you want to go from HBO to NBC. And we'll probably be back next Sunday to talk about True Detective. But for anyone who is into Comic-Con, Joe and I will be doing our best to cover Comic-Con news on this as well, with trailers and news.
Footage and, news, anything that kind of leaks out. We're big fans of Comic-Con and, what's to come. So hopefully a lot of cool things happen. So we'll be here. So for all of you Light Knights and Tromboholics out there.
Yes, because we never said our last names, by the way. But yeah.
Well, if anyone knows our other channels, then.
Yeah, that's true. If anyone, our brother Robert, he's agreed to disagree in clashing heads. But so thank you all for checking out our review, and we will get back to you all later. Goodbye.